Garrison calls me up with his narcissistic attitude and goes, "This is your fault and I'm never going to be around you again."
He's telling his dad, I'm done. I'm done with you. Because I don't like how I think my mom is being treated, how we're being treated at this house.
So I just called Janelle and said, "I need Gabriel and I need Garrison to both move out."
This is the most hilarious thing to me. He's threatened this before. I'm like, dude, you're not even on the lease. I'm on the lease.
Hey everyone, it's Katie from Without a Crystal Ball. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I know I am. It's a little bit late to the game. I have been in the middle of a story that I covered. I shared with you a little bit about it in the last video I did on Sister Wives. And I just want to say there's been a lot of people from the FLDS that have been in my messages and sending me information, and so that's kind of what I was working on today. I'll have more details to share with you probably soon, but I have still provided quite a bit of information over on my Facebook and on my Instagram, so double check over there just so you know if you want to follow what's going on. It's bad news. Let's talk about this brand new clip that just dropped by TLC, and it's about Kody and his argument with Garrison. And he actually starts calling his son names, and some people were really startled to see him speak about his children that way and to see him talk about his sons that way. And he wanted to blame it on the pandemic for why his sons didn't like him anymore, but that's actually not what happened according to Janelle. But he used the word narcissist when he described his son Garrison. And it's ironic because most people think that Kody is kind of the narcissist. It's the perfectly placed Robyn crying for me. Okay, so before we get into this new clip, can you do me a huge favor and give this video a thumbs up? If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, do me a favor also and subscribe to my channel. It's been awesome to see so many of you subscribing. Love you to pieces. Loving all the comments. Loving everyone that's here. Whether we talk about the Sister Wives or more serious stuff, you know that this place will always be your jam for all things when we talk about religion and the harmful aspects that come along with it, along with just sometimes some gossip and tea. So thank you guys for being here and being on this lovely ride with me. Hitting 250,000 subscribers today was a huge milestone for me. So just thank you so much. And also just leave me some comments if you have something to say about this video. So in the new clip, there is some discussion about Kody's relationship with his son Garrison and what that looks like and why they're mad at him. Kody has been blaming COVID as sort of the reason why everything is falling apart. But everyone else in the family is trying to tell Kody, like, Dad, it's not COVID that caused this to happen. It's more like this was the symptom of the problem. So let's start at the beginning and we'll sort of go through it like we always do.
Garrison calls me up with his narcissistic attitude and goes, "This is your fault and I'm never going to be around you again."
He's telling his dad, I'm done. I'm done with you. Because I don't like how I think my mom is being treated, how we're being treated at this house.
So Kody is the first reaction he has to his son calling him and having a heart-to-heart with him, telling his dad how he feels about the way that he feels he's being treated by his father, is for Kody to call his son a narcissist with a narcissistic attitude. Janelle describes it more as Garrison calling his dad and standing up to him for how he perceives that he is being treated by his father while he's living in this house. And if you see how the boys, Gabriel cried to his father about how he felt like he had been sort of ostracized by his dad and how he had a favorite wife, and he felt like disconnected, and he didn't like that his dad seemed to be preferring someone over another person. He wasn't as harsh to Gabriel, But when Garrison is more forceful and tries to stick up for himself and for his mom, Kody calls him a narc. Takes one to know one, Kody.
Treated at this house.
Janelle's kids have been frustrated with him for years because of the way that he's treated Janelle for years. Janelle's fine with her relationship with Kody. She said everything she needs it to be, everything she needs it to be. Over and over and over, she says that. Her kids feel different.
Christine expands on this by basically saying that Janelle and her kids seem to have differing opinions about what they think is acceptable behavior for their father and what their mom deserves versus what Janelle deserves. Janelle seems like a pretty low maintenance wife that has really accepted like bare minimum from Kody for years, but she seems to be fine with that because she prefers her independence and she doesn't feel like she needs him as much. I don't know what her needs are of Kody. She feels like they're being met, but her kids don't. And I think the kids just want her to be loved and be treated well, and they don't like what they see from their dad. And I can't blame them. It would be hard to watch your mom be treated that way. Just my opinion. Kids feel different.
So I just called Janelle and said, I need Gabriel and I need Garrison to both move out.
This is the most hilarious thing to me. He's threatened this before. I'm like, dude, you're not even on the lease. I'm on the lease.
Because it's like they're blaming me for having rules about COVID.
Kody's response to them confronting Garrison confronting his dad about how he feels about his mom is for her, Janelle, to kick out her sons. Kick them out. Kick them out. Kick them out of the house. Kick them out of the house. Can you believe that? And then his rationalization is, well, they just don't like the way that my COVID rules are. I don't believe it's about COVID, but that's just me. And Janelle's like, he threatens this on me all the time. He's not on the lease. I like that. Like, ooh. I mean, come on, for God. I mean, they are adults, but Robyn's adult kids live with her. They must just not ever push back at Kody.
This is like really literally the backfiring of all my COVID rules right in my face.
So for my boys, there's so much more going on than just this fight over whose COVID rules should be followed. They have for a long time perceived that Kody's focus, his time, everything was spent the majority at Robyn's house, even when he lived in Vegas.
Do you remember how for years all of the online rumors for the show were like all about how Kody basically was just doing the whole thing for a show and that he spent most of his time with Robyn and not with the other wives? He always said that he had like this rotation where he would be there like every third day or every fourth day, and that was it, and that was like perfect. And the kids perceive things as though Kody's with her more frequently. And I mean, Janelle perceives it that way too, and Christine perceives it that way. So was he really being equitable, or was he lying? And were they all lying publicly for a long time? Because I feel like online, most of us saw what was happening, but we felt like they're just not being truthful. This is so fake. And now they just can't lie about it anymore because the kids have grown and they have opinions. And go Garrison. Yeah. Go Garrison. I love a boy that sticks up for his mommy.
In Vegas. But they're very frustrated. They feel like there's been a real preference for Robyn. And so this thing with COVID now, where he's now at her house because she's willing to follow his rules, they are a little bit suspicious.
Suspicious. What do you think they're suspicious of? I think they're suspicious that Kody and Robyn created these rules together, knowing full well that if they created them, only they would abide by them, knowing full well that if they did this, that they could spend all of their time together, and then he would have an excuse to not go over to the other wives' homes because they wouldn't be able to abide by the rules. I don't know if that conspiracy is full well, and Robyn says that it has nothing to do with her. I don't know if that's true either. Hell, these people lie about everything. Robyn did say in an interview that they were doing this because of their job with TLC, and that's what I think it comes down to. Because Kody is not a medical person, he's not vaccinated, he believes in all of the controversial treatments that don't work. He's not the kind of guy that actually takes this seriously. He only did, in my opinion, because of the show, and he didn't want to get fired. And I think the boys are onto something, but I don't know exactly if the suspicions are in truth. And you can tell me if you disagree. I haven't been able to make the correlation that they came up with this together. I don't know if they did. I don't know. Now, after that's all said and done, she goes on to actually defend her marriage with Kody, which is actually kind of sad.
Kody and I have a good relationship. Like, it's struggling, but like I know what I need from Kody and I communicate that to him, and he does a pretty good job meeting it. What I have now is adequate. It works for me, but it doesn't look like Robyn's relationship with him.
Janelle says that her relationship is adequate. And as a woman that is like in love with her husband, my husband, who is amazing, I would never use the terms adequate to describe the way that I feel about my marriage. And I would never use the word adequate to describe what I feel about like what he does for me or how we work together. I feel like adequate is like you're selling yourself short and you're accepting like the least that you need. And maybe she doesn't care. I don't know. It makes me sad that she's settling for adequate. I feel like no marriage is a romantic fairy tale. Every marriage goes through ups and downs, but love is supposed to be the bind that sustains you and the commitment that you have to one another and the shared goals. And, you know, you need to get along and be friends, because a lot of that lovey-dovey stuff will fade over time. You have to have a strong foundation of friendship. And I don't know. I mean, she says our relationship doesn't look like what I have with Robyn, what he has with Robyn, meaning I don't have the romance. I just wish I could like grab these girls, these ladies, and just like wrap my arms around them and be like, you can have better. You can have more. And I'm sure that's how the kids feel. Like, Mom, you deserve better. And I think that's what Christine's daughters did for her, is that's how they expressed to her what she deserved, and she finally heard that. And I don't think Janelle is receptive to that. Although Janelle has not been spending time with Kody since Christine has left, she's been spending time with Christine. I think Janelle will eventually come around. And I hope it's her sons and Christine that maybe help her realize that there's a whole nother world out there where adequate will simply not be enough. So I'd love to hear what your thoughts are about this. Tell me. If you think adequate is sad, let me know. If you think it's gross that he called his son a narcissist for standing up for him, let me know. If you think that Kody's a good guy, let me know. I've yet to find a single one of you that finds him to be a good guy. So tell me in the comments below. Bye, guys.